Welcome back to another episode of Chatting with Shays. Before I get started, y'all, hope you're having a great Tuesday. Well, in this episode today, y'all, we will be talking about football and basketball today. As the NBA season tips off today between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks, and then we have the Minnesota Timberwolves against the Los Angeles Lakers, and then Week 7 recap of NFL. Week 7 a recap of NFL. Let's go and get right into it, y'all. Start off with the NFL. As you know, Week 7 is in the books, and there's some games I want to talk about. Some games I really want to talk about. Some things that I need to say, that need to be said. The Denver Broncos and the Saints, Saints are just battling a lot of injuries. Raheem Shaheed had a season-ending injury, so it's just rough for the Saints. So, it's going to be tough for them. We already know Derek Carr is out, so it's just tough for them right now. The Jaguars, we know that they got to win. Against the Patriots, and then the Seahawks against the Falcons. Buffalo, Amari Cooper got his first touchdown as a Buffalo Bill. His first touchdown as a Buffalo Bill. And I got to be honest, Amari Cooper, this is what he needed Josh Allen as a quarterback. He really did. Because you could tell he was not happy being in Cleveland. And Deshaun Watson, as much as I think he's fallen off and all that, I never wish anything upon a player to get injured. And he ruptured his Achilles, causing him to be out for the season. Then that sucks, man. It sucks, man. So put the prayers up for Deshaun Watson, man. We can't. And matter of fact, speaking of Deshaun Watson, all the Cleveland Brown fans out there that were cheering him on, man, really, y'all serious, man? That's just not cool, man. I get it, all the stuff and the charges he was facing and all that, but he still loves the game of football. Yeah, is he not the old Deshaun Watson? But we don't ever cheer on an injury for someone, man. Especially if it's a season-ending injury, an Achilles injury where he's not gonna be able to walk for a while. Y'all can't be doing that, man. Y'all cannot be doing that. That's not cool, man. That's not cool at all. But Houston and Green Bay, between Jair Alexander, Stephon Diggs, we know the history between them two. They got a lot of beef with each other, and it was a great game. It's a great game between Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud. Jordan Love made the play at the end to get him a field goal range, and the Packers ended up winning that game 24-22. But it was a great game. Great game, two good football teams going head-to-head. Could never ask for a better game for that. Then we got the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. We know, Miami still don't have Tua back, and we'll get to him later in the video. Detroit, Minnesota, division opponent, man. Minnesota was red hot, man. They were 5-0 in that game. 5-0. And the Lions, they might be the best team in football. No, Chiefs the best team, but they might be the best team in the NFC. They're probably the best team in the NFC. They went to Minnesota, got the win on the road, and it was a great football game. It was a great game to watch, man. Jared Goff is playing unbelievable this year, and the Lions may be the team to beat in the NFC. Eagles and the Giants. Y'all Eagles fans can say what y'all want, man. There ain't much to be impressed about. Y'all started off very slow in the game. Finally, y'all picked it up only because Daniel Jones can't score the football. But it's not much to be excited about. I'm not satisfied or not, saying, oh, the Eagles look really good. It's not much to say. But kudos to y'all. Y'all got the win, and that's all you could ask for. And the Raiders and the Rams, I didn't pay attention to that game too much. But, the Rams ended up winning that game. And, yeah, basically that. Now, I got to talk about the Commanders. The way they beat I know it's just the Carolina Panthers, but I got Jaden Daniels, man. Jaden Daniels, man, is going to be is already turned into one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's already turned into one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And I'm over as a Cowboys fan. I'm worried about the Eagles in our division, but the Washington Commanders, they're the team to beat in the NFC East. Jaden Daniels, the way he is playing this year. You talking about last week going to Baltimore on the road, going head-to-head with Lamar Jackson, and almost winning that game. That says a lot about Jaden Daniels. It does, man. So keep doing your thing, Jaden Daniels, man. Y'all got a good team, man, and we'll see how y'all do when we play y'all. Chiefs and the 49ers. Trent Williams got ejected in that game, man. Bro, you soft, man. You soft, man. You always, every time you always get into a fight in the game, it's always somebody smaller than you. Always somebody smaller than you. You want to start throwing punches and getting ejected from the game. But when somebody your size, like Ndamukong Suh, in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles, he came up to you and you walked away because you knew what he was gonna do. So Trent Williams, man, stop doing that, man. Quit playing dirty. Quit being a dirty player, man. You are one of the best tackles in the game, if not the best tackle, but stop playing dirty, man. Stop taking cheap shots at players that are smaller than you, and just go play football, man. But, the Niners, they're battling a lot of injuries now, man. They are. They're battling a lot of injuries. We already know Christian McCaffrey's out. Now Deebo Samuel's in the hospital because he's got pneumonia. Brandon Ayuk tore his ACL. And then George Kittle, it has a sprained right foot, so he's day-to-day. So it's just a mess right now for the 49ers right now, man. Just a mess right now. I'm going to say the Jets game because this is one thing I need to say, what I'm going to say. Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Hey, that duo in the backfield with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, man. Whew. And I got both of them on my fantasy on the same team, man. And I was so close to coming back, too. I was close to coming back. I was up 2. But the guy I was going against had James Conner, and he had about 17 points, I believe. So I lost that game. But that duo in the backfield with them is unstoppable. I don't know how you stop that, man. People were just panicking about the Ravens when they started 0-2. And, I was like, it's still early in the season. So why are we panicking right now? Like, there's no need to panic. And look at they're 5-2 now. They went on the road against the red hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers team with Baker Mayfield. Chris Godwin got hurt at the end, dislocated his foot. Mike Evans had a hamstring injury, so it was just a disaster. But they still went on the road and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. This Ravens team is a good team, but we already know the one team that's going to stop them is the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'll get to Lamar Jackson about that later. But I got to talk about this game. The New York Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson's first game back, first game as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams' first game as a Jet. But I'm going to say this about Aaron Rodgers, man. Dude, this dude never takes accountability for anything, man. Like, whose fault is it now, Aaron Rodgers? Whose fault is it now? Robert Saleh, I didn't think he was the problem. I thought it was you, and it always has been you. You get everything you want, but you don't do anything to deliver. These Jets fans have been hoping to get a QB, man. This is what they've been waiting for so long. And you might have lost hope for them. Aaron Rodgers, you might need to just retire. Your time is past, man. You don't like no pre-snap motion. You don't do nothing because this is what you like, man. But that's not the NFL nowadays. You got to have creativity in your plays. Your time is up, Aaron Rodgers. Who are you going to blame now? You're 2-5. You got Robert Saleh fired. Nathaniel Hackett doesn't call plays for y'all anymore. So who is it now, Aaron Rodgers? They've done all this for you. They got you Devontae Adams. They've done everything for you. So whose fault is it now? Tell me. This is why I think he just gets too much credit. He just gets too much credit. For what? Because of one Super Bowl he made? What has he done since then? And how many years ago was that? So Aaron Rodgers, you better figure it out, man. You better figure it out, man. Because if not, there's going to be some uncomfortable conversations going to be having about you. Whether are you the guy? Should the Jets regret trading for you? Because they gave up a lot of picks for you. They gave up a lot to get you in New York. They gave up a lot. So you better figure it out, Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, there's going to be some conversations going to need to be had about you. There are. Now, as a recap, let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs too, man. They might three-peat this year. They might three-peat this year, man. The crazy part is they're not even playing their best football, man. They're not. It's like they could beat you in any way. They could beat you when Patrick Mahomes is not having a bad game. They could beat you when the defense is not having a bad game. They could beat you when they're not playing their best football. They could beat you in any ways. So how are you going to stop them when they're playing their best football, when the offense is clicking on all cylinders from the running game, from the passing game? Like, it doesn't matter. The game don't have to be perfect, because when you got number 15 and you got Andy Reid, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So when they start playing their best football and they start looking like the Chiefs that we're used to seeing, they're going to be a tough. Nobody's stopping them. Nobody's stopping them, man. I mean, this Kansas City Chiefs team has everything they need. They got a defense, man. Because the defense is really, be honest, the defense what's been carrying them, but the offense still makes plays at the end to win the football game. They still make plays to win the game. And that's what's so good about the Chiefs. They don't need to be playing their best football to win games, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Patrick Mahomes don't need to be going crazy, throwing for over 400 yards. But when he does have that game, there is no stopping the Kansas City Chiefs. There is no stopping the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Chiefs, man, they're on pace to three-peat this year. They are on pace to three-peat this year. Now let's talk about Tua, man. Tua is set to come back this week. He's not wearing those little padded things on the helmet, which I don't understand why. Because Tua, like he got to start thinking about his life, man. You talking 4 concussions in the last 2 years, and you about to go back out there, man. So you talk about when you need to scramble on the run, you got to scramble on the run or option read, something like that, man. And a linebacker comes in and hits him, man. That's going to be scary for him, man. It's going to be scary, man. So, like, Tua, I mean, I'm glad you're coming back, man. I'm glad. I know it's hard to walk away. It is very hard to walk away from the game that you love. But at the same time, you got to think about your life, too. You got a family that needs you. You got to think of stuff like that. So, like, Tua, I'm happy you coming back, man. You know, Tyreek Hill needs you back, man. But you got to be careful out there, man. Be careful out there. Because this is your life we talking about, man. This is your life that we talking about. But I'm glad you're coming back. I'm glad you find a way and just go out there and be you, man. But I'm praying that you stay healthy, man, and that everything goes well for you, man. Everything goes well. Now, as we head into week 8, as you know, the Cowboys didn't play. They had a bye week, but there ain't no excuse why they shouldn't win against this 49ers game. Yes, I know the Niners have had our number, man, but we're getting healthy. The Niners are battling injuries. I don't care if we're in San Francisco. There is no excuse on why we should not win this game. But knowing us, I feel like we might find a way to lose, but I'm gonna be positive and say my team's gonna go in there and win that game. But there's no excuse why the Cowboys should not win this game, man. And if we do lose that game, with all the injuries we have, there's gonna need to be some changes. There's gonna need to be some conversation about who needs to go and who needs to stay. So Cowboys, y'all better go into San Francisco and take care of business, man. Because we got a tough stretch ahead of us, man. We got a tough stretch ahead of us, man. Get this thing turned around and let's go. Let's go. Now, as we know, NBA is tipping off tonight, y'all. It is tipping off tonight. It is back, man. It feels so good. I got both my sports back now. I got football and basketball back. And it tips off between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks having their little ring ceremony tonight. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Lakers, man. I'm excited, man. There's been some great things that have happened in free agency, man. Boston, we know what Boston's got everybody coming back. They're obviously still the team to beat in the East. And until proven otherwise, I think they're going to come out the East again. If Philadelphia can stay healthy, like they're not right now, because Paul George is out and Joel Embiid is out too, they can win the game. But right now they can't stay healthy because they got both Paul George and Joel Embiid out. And we'll see. But Los Angeles Lakers, they got LeBron, they got AD, they got Dalton Knecht, the rookie, they got D'Lo. They got a pretty good team, but I don't know. We got to see how they do. They always tend to fold. Uh, Minnesota Timberwolves, they got my guy Anthony Edwards, man. They got a really good team around them, and we'll see how they do. They went to the Western Conference last year, got beat by Dallas, but let's see if they come back and bounce back this year. New York Knicks, they always have a good team, but they got even better when they added Mikal Bridges and when they added Karl Anthony Towns. So it's gonna be some good teams this year, man. It's gonna be some good teams. Talk about the San Antonio Spurs, man. Man, I'm so excited, man. See, I got my jersey on right here. I'm so excited, man. What I saw in the preseason from them, man. I know you could say it's just preseason, but what I saw from this team, the hustle on defense, because they were one of the worst defensive teams, man. And the hustle I saw, yeah, everybody's gonna hit shots, but it's just the effort I see from them, hustling, closing out, like closing out and finding your man and rotating. Like I just see the effort there. And then Chris Paul, man, was such a great signing, man. I mean, you talking a point guard that knows the game so well, a veteran point guard, a guy that's gonna give Wemby the ball. Chris Paul is what we needed. Harrison Barnes too, man. Stephon Castle, man. Hey, man, you talking about who was the best player in that draft, man? That was the best player in that draft. Was Stephon Castle, man. I'm so excited, man. The Spurs got a good team around them. I got them in the playoffs this year. And I'm excited to see what this team has, and what Pop's going to do with this team. I'm excited, y'all. Really am. The Golden State Warriors, they did pretty good in the preseason, but we got to see how they do. I love Steph Curry, man. One of my favorite players ever. And, they got a pretty solid team, right? They acquired Buddy Hield. We know they got Draymond Green. We know Klay Thompson with the Dallas Mavericks. And we'll see how Golden State does. Speaking of the Mavericks, they got a pretty solid team again. Adding Klay Thompson. We know they got Luka Doncic. We know they got Kyrie Irving. Derek Lively I think he's gonna have a second-year jump. And it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. We know the Kings, man. Kings got DeMar DeRozan. We know they already got De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Domantas Sabonis. Oklahoma City Thunder getting Caruso. But they have a good, and we know they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But some great teams this year, man. The West is so stacked this year. They are so stacked. But the favorite's gonna be Denver, which I understand why. And I'm just excited, man. I'm so excited, man. So y'all stay tuned for a video. I'm gonna try to get a video tonight. If I can, after the games. It's going to be really late probably, but if not, I'm definitely going to get one tomorrow for my reaction for both of the games for NBA. But I'm excited, y'all. NBA is back, man. Y'all stay tuned for more videos because now that basketball's back, it's going to be a little mixture in my videos with football and basketball. So I'm going to try to do, after NFL recap of the week, I'm also put basketball stuff in there, but I'm also going to do separate videos too with basketball and football. So y'all stay tuned for that for all my basketball fans out there too. And I'm going to try to do some college basketball too. I just got to get into it. I haven't been paying attention to college ball a lot. But basketball is back. I got both my sports back. I'm excited, y'all. It's going to be a great year. And just enjoying sports, enjoying the life of loving sports, man. Well, anyways, y'all, that's all I got for y'all today. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see y'all next time.